Moore McNeil takes it up the court to start for Indiana. 12-point lead is put 10 minutes more on the clock into the third quarter. Parrish looks for Berger at the free throw line. Berger spins, takes a little jumper, and it's good. Grace Berger on the board. Indiana's lead is 14.
Now, Grace Berger's not the tallest on the floor, but she's tough, and she can back a defender down, even if she's taller than her with her strength.
Malia Owens, a quick three, no good off the rim and off the fingertips of Walker, and will go over to Indiana. So a quick shot for Tennessee Tech on one end and three-pointer off the mark.
Well, yeah, for Owens, she's taking a lot of those shots, and that's not the worst thing in the world for Tennessee Tech. For a 16 seed, you're going to need to make a lot of those threes if you want to have a chance at pulling off the upset.
Moore McNeil drives inside, throws it away, Grimes with the takeaway, and Owens will dribble up the court as we're 50 seconds into the second half of play. Now it's Gwen trying to drive on Parrish at the free throw line, drops her, and the shot will not drop. As Berger coming up the court in transition. Now to the three-point line. Parrish on the left wing. Fakes inside, two-point jumper, no good. Securing the rebound is Owens the other way for Tennessee Tech, and she'll cross half court. And now it's Gwen inside, into the paint, Big Ten logo. Bounce pass inside, tipped away by Parrish and out of bounds. Will stay with the Golden Eagles.
Indiana fans aren't happy about that one. They didn't see a tip. I think it was more the reaction by Grimes that she didn't want to touch it for Tennessee Tech that made the ref think that it was tipped, but we didn't have the best angle.
Now a foul inside will go either against Berger or Parrish as Malia Owens hit the deck. He had double-digit shots in the first half with 10 shot attempts. Leading scorer for the Golden Eagles, 14.8 a game, is Alyssa Geary. Checks back in for Lily Meister with 8:37 remaining in the third quarter of play. Anna Walker has on the left wing. Looks over to Grimes, who has at the top of the key on Parrish. Now dribbles over to the left wing. Not a lot of action here for the Golden Eagles. Gwynn at the top of the key. Under 10 on the shot clock. Driving inside is Carter, stripped away. Now underneath the basket with three, with two, and she turns it over to Chloe Moore McNeil, looking to run in transition. Moore McNeil to the far corner. Cross-court pass to Garzone. Her three-pointer from the wing, short. And Tennessee Tech secures the rebound and a foul over the back against Alyssa Geary.
Yeah, a lot of times when you have that much of a height advantage, if someone smaller grabs the board and you're going forward and there's any contact at all, you're going to get a foul call for that. I'm thinking now that the Mackenzie Holmes situation is more of an emergency, if needed situation. And right now, unless Tennessee Tech makes things more interesting down the road, I don't think we see Holmes in this game.
I would agree with you, especially because of those first quarter substitutions. As now Gwen has it inside. Baseline jumper on Berger, rolls off the rim, no good from about 5 feet out. And Indiana secures the rebound on Parrish. Now Berger looking to push up the court, 41-27 Indiana. 2:20 into the third quarter play. Berger drives inside baseline, kicks out Garzone, far corner. Parrish on the wing, back to Berger. Garzone a corner pop, she's got it. The ball moving from Indiana on point, and the lead is up to 17. Timeout, Tennessee Tech.
The ability to hit big and clutch shots from a freshman like Yarden Garzone is something that cannot be understated. So many times this year, there's been a run or there's been some momentum where Yarden Garzone has totally changed the complexion of the game with a big shot like that, and she does it there to get this lead up to 17, the largest lead of the day for Indiana. Garzone is going to be a bright piece of this Indiana future.
And that touch pass from Grace Berger, about the baseline where she likes to take a lot of her jumper, just touches out to Garzone, doesn't let the defense recover, and suddenly the lead is 17. Welcome back to Big Ten Plus, top of the second inning. Indiana scored 2 in the bottom of the first to take a 2-0 lead into the top of the second. Luke Sinnard on the mound for Indiana. 3 strikeouts in his first inning as Casey Sword swings at the first pitch, skies it into left field. Matheson is under it and makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out for Sinnard.
Couldn't ask for a better start if you're Sinnard on the mound. Just get 1 pitch, 1 out. You saw yesterday for Indiana early on in the game, the issue was just trying to get out innings quickly. And it's not as cold and it's not as much of a deal maybe as it was yesterday, but still, quick outs are key to getting long distance from your starter.
Colin Birch swings at the first pitch and fouls off to the right side. So for Sinnard, he's had a bunch of quick outs so far. Alex, what have you seen from him?
I think just the command of his pitches. I think the first inning, striking out the side, it was a good mix of fastball and breaking ball to really just keep these hitters off balance.
Just like that, a swing and a miss, strike 2 on the breaking ball.
And he's really just keeping them off balance in these 2-strike counts. He's always found the right pitch to throw in 2-strike situations.
0-2 on the way to Birch. Breaking ball just got a piece of it. Spoiled that pitch. So we'll do the 0-2 again. Sinnard on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another strikeout for Luke Sinnard.
I mean, he's just making them look silly out there right now, Adam. Breaking ball off the plate, that's the second or third of those he's done for the strikeout. And really just the movement on that pitch, getting around the breaking ball, getting it to really have a nice tight spin on it. And these hitters have stood no chance against it early on.
Davis Crane rips that one through the right side for a base hit. That was on a fastball, but Bellarmine has a runner aboard for the first time today. It was the 4th strikeout already for Sinnard.
And what Crane just did right there might be the key for Bellarmine, and that's jumping on him early, because if you get deep in the counts, he's proven he can get you out pretty quickly and pretty effectively.
Here's Will Auble. First pitch in is away on the breaking ball. First time pitching with a runner aboard for Sinnard. Check on Crane at first. Back in safely. A lot of early scoring yesterday, and then a lot of Indiana late, and so far just Indiana early on offense. 1-0's in for a strike.
Had a nice little bit of movement on it. Starts at the hip, goes inside. That's just a perfect pitch there from Sinnard.
We saw a lot of good pitching from Indiana's bullpen, like you mentioned, yesterday to really slow down the Knights' offense. 1-1 pitch, just off the outside corner, ball 2. Will Auble has 3 home runs on the year for Bellarmine. 2-1, outside ball 3. Do you feel like there's a little bit of a different approach from Sinnard with the runner on?
I think maybe a little bit, but I think for most part, we're just seeing Auble not chase a few pitches and trying to really be patient.
3-1, he chops that down at third baseline and foul. That might have been ball 4.
It might have been, but I think overall, though, from Sinnard, this is the first time he's really been behind on a hitter in an inning and 2/3 right now. So I think for him, he will have realized that I'm sure these Bellarmine players will eventually learn a little bit more about him as the game goes on. But for right now, just continuing to do what he's doing is all he really needs to do.
Payoff pitch. Runner goes, swing and a miss, strike 3. Luke Sinnard through 2 innings with 5 strikeouts. What a start for the right-handed pitcher. We head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Indiana still up 2-0. You're listening to Big Ten Plus. 6-5 Indiana. Purdue 2-0 after 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st on the double from McFadden. Indiana scores 1 in the top of the 2nd on the sacrifice fly from Benson. Purdue answers with 3 in the bottom of the 3rd, headlined by Jade Moy with a 2 RBI double. Purdue's up 5-1. They're feeling pretty confident. Top of the 4th comes along. Brianna Copeland, solo home run, and then a 2-run homer by Taryn Kern to cap off a 5-run inning at 6-5 Indiana as Sarah Stone steps to the plate. Riley, this has been a fun one, but 2 innings left. Actually, 3 innings left. What are you expecting to see here at Binger Stadium?
I think for the Hoosiers at bat here, they really got to find a way to increase their lead. They're only up 1 run right now, and they got a hot hitter in Sarah Stone at the plate. At this point in time, you really want to just get more runners on base, pad your score up a little bit so you can head into those latter innings with a little bit of cushion. You have all the momentum in your favor right now. You don't want to sit on that. You don't want to be complacent, and you don't want to let the 1-run advantage get to your head for Purdue. You got to get out of this inning. You got to get your batters back up.
1-1 pitch. That should work as Sarah Stone doesn't check her swing in time. It's 1-2 on Stone, and the first out of the inning it's been all so important for Purdue because once they've gotten in trouble here in the later innings, it's been hard to get out of it. And Maddie Eilish trying to help Purdue not only win this game but to keep their pitchers at bay. As that one's lying to right field. It's a base hit for Sarah Stone. And a leadoff runner again aboard for Indiana. And right now it just seems like Indiana's just teeing off.
Piling it on. They are piling it on right now, riding the wave of momentum like they need to, and that's exactly what I talked about. You don't have to get more runs right now. You don't have to score immediately. You just have to dink and dodge your way to get more runners on board, increase the lead, take your hits when you need to, and then get more runners in to get that score up a little bit.
Brianna Copeland now at the plate, and she's definitely done her job pitching and a solo home run her last at bat. Tatum Hayes in a pinch run wearing 0. Rather, 00. His first pitch into Copeland is a strike. Indiana in pretty much all red uniforms, white stripes on their red socks. Purdue in their black pants along with their gold jerseys. As the 0-1 pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. I just love the uniform matchup between these two teams. It never disappoints between like the contrast in Indiana and the bright colors and then the darker Purdue. It kind of sets it up because why would you have the same colors if you're rivals, you know?
Absolutely. It's kind of a polar opposite you mentioned, Adam, and I really like the jersey combos here too. These competitors are playing very, very hard, and they're styling at the exact same time.
0-2 to Copeland was outside. It's 1-2 on Brianna Copeland. Dangerous hitter. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Lined up the middle to second for 1 on a first double play. Unassisted double play. Jade Moy steps on second. Well, then rather throws over to first. But she does it all herself, and Edwards just snags it on the other end. 2 outs in the inning. Looked like a ball that was headed for up the middle. Doesn't have a ton of juice on it. Instead, bounces in front of Moy, who's just a step away from the bag. Steps on the bag, turns, fires to Becca Edwards at first. And just like that, 2 outs.
Yeah, and that was a great heads-up play there from Moy. She grounded it pretty much and gathered it pretty much right in front of second base, so she was able to just step, but with the wherewithal to turn and fire immediately to first for the double play. That's an electric play from Moy, and the Boilermakers got 2 outs.
Avery Parker now up. Takes a first pitch strike in from Eilish. And talk about momentum in the offense, but you can get some momentum from your defense, and certainly a double play that goes 4-3 will certainly help. Eilish pitches the 0-1. It's fouled off. It's 0-2.
And I think it works for momentum in your favor, Adam. It also kind of quenches the fire that the Indiana Bats have shown last inning. They've just been rolling. They were rolling in that 4th inning. 5 runs. That's a tough 5 runs to give up just in that top half of the inning. You got to do everything you can to cool that, quench that fire a little bit.
Next pitch is outside, and it's 1-2. And the interesting thing we talked about at the top of the broadcast was the power difference. And Purdue's been able to get aboard, but Indiana's had the big hits, and that's what a lot of times scores runs in softball games. And certainly Indiana, flexing some of their muscle with their power. 1-2 pitch in. That's flowed into center field. Kiera Dillon is under it. Takes a step in, makes the catch, and the side is retired.
Indiana volleyball competed in Bowling Green last weekend in the Western Kentucky Invitational. In their first game, the Hoosiers took down the Texas A&M Aggies 3-1. Morgan Geddes posted a career-high 15 kills in the game. Game 2 saw the Hoosiers sweep Tennessee Tech in 3 sets. Coach Steve Aird saw his team hit .438 in hitting efficiency, the highest under his tenure at IU. The Hoosiers couldn't sweep the Invitational as they dropped the last match to number 21 ranked Western Kentucky, losing 3-1. Next up, the team travels to University Park tomorrow to take on 9th ranked Penn State in their Big Ten opener.